YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, back in Total War Attila as the Ostrogoths, and last time was when we gave the Romans a good old-fashioned beat down, and it ended up going pretty well for us. We're back in camp, basically just recuperating our losses from that. It looks like our civil research is continuing. I never can remember what it was from. Let's see, where's my artisan basket weavers league? No. 13. There's one of these I thought that gave me the 1650. So if I'm sitting here building these, I'm trying to. Well, I mean, this one's not bad. The Bone Crafters League. I thought. Well, shoot. So now it makes me wonder if I was building the wrong one. 1100, 850, plus 50 from reserves. Available for faction. Migrating community. Yeah, I guess that's the best we can do, and it's not quite as good as the ones that you get with the Huns as far as trade-off goes, but I mean, it'll still give me better than nothing. Let's see, 10% from commercial buildings. It's only 850 though for the top tier. It's much greater than that for the Huns. You can get 1350 if you go down this Bone Crafters one, but it is the also maximum integrity penalty, more so than all the others. See, it's 3 there, 2 there, so yeah, that's kind of crappy. I didn't realize theirs wasn't going to be as good. That's a little bit frustrating. Let's see what some of these other ones do though. As far as trade-offs, 850 here for only -4 integrity. So you see, something like this would be the better choice. Slave market. This one is much better than the others, and we get spies out of it. Then we get extra food out of this one. Food from reserves, growth when encamped, wealth from animal husbandry, which would be helpful as well. So I almost think building this artisan is the wrong choice. Let's see what we got here. So we have the lavish tents. I almost think upgrading, let's see where we're at now. 1100. Yeah, so that 1100. This one's going to be the best bet. It's only -4 integrity. We still get extra wealth from all horde buildings, and you can recruit spies. So we want to see where this research is at. So really we need to just switch our research over. This is what we should be working on. So yeah, I was kind of making a mistake there on which building we should build. Let's see what else within this tree is worthwhile, if anything. Like I said, I think this one wouldn't be bad. There's absolutely no downsides. You get a little extra food and extra wealth from husbandry, which isn't gonna hurt anything either. So no integrity penalty. That could be a nice building to go down. So I may switch this one over to the communal grounds and then run to the storage wagons. Of course, we could just build another herder's camp as well, which gives us a little wealth, the cost of a little integrity. Let's go ahead and go to this other communal grounds for now. That's where I'm getting the most money at the least disruption to integrity, at least for the moment. Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the turn. Never hurts to sit there in the building browser for a minute. I don't do it often enough, and kind of just look around and plan what your mode of attack's going to be in the sense of economy. With the Huns, they have those spinners yurts, which give a huge economic boost, but obviously I guess I was just expecting the same type of building for the Ostrogoths, and I'm happy that it's not the exact same building, because that might get kind of old if all of them had the same. So taking a slightly different route with the Ostrogoths to try and get to the most money, the most advantageous buildings. And if we can get our money up, do some good sacking and trading. Some of you told me about some land trade routes that are worth a lot of money as well to raid. So let's see, got ourselves a political subject here. I've brought a gift for my people in order to improve relations. Well, give it to me. What are you sitting there telling me you brought it? Good grief, man. Do you not think Heir wants gifts? Let's see if we can manipulate this agent. We failed. And it doesn't look like we get another shot. Let's take a look. I kind of want to move in a little closer to Roman lands and out away from where the Huns probably are moving along. So let's just move up a little bit.
Ready for battle.
Let's go out of the encamped stance with both these armies and just kind of move on up. Let's move up to about this point where we can see the Roman city. There is a small Roman garrison there. We'd still be within reinforcing range, even being across the border. So, well, that's weird.
Get moving.
It almost looks like it's advantageous to my food to be in the same province. In that case, it may just be because this one's more fertile or something. I don't know.
For the tribe.
So, got both our guys back to camp. Really depending on some of these buildings to get done and for that research to finish so that we can boost our economy just a little more. We've got the trading ground here as well. As we get those upgraded, it should start giving us a pretty nice boost to wealth. So it's going to be our best bet for now, at least, because we're going to need more units, and to have more units, we need to pay more upkeep cost. So I think between some sacking, some work on these buildings, and we'll try and keep doing some sacking. There's the Huns. So the Huns are quite a ways up north of me. And as of current, at least until the next patch comes, in which some of you might be saying, the next patch did come. I don't know when this is going to release. It's possible the next patch is released by the time you're watching this. I'm on a business trip. This has been pre-recorded. I understand the next patch is supposed to make the hordes act a little better, as far as not chasing you literally all the way across the map all the time. But we'll see. The protege. A Roman boy taken as a hostage has proven his worth and would make a fine addition to the court. So we can bring him to the court. We could return him. Here, let's do the nice thing and return him. Watch that somehow turn out negative for me. It's like you returned him, and then the family remembered how much they hated you for taking them, and they decided to kill you. That would sound pretty typical, from what I'm used to at least. We don't have a whole ton of food, and we kind of need some. We also need wealth, of course. Don't have a ton of income either. So we got the lavish tents there. Let's just kind of see what we've got.
How can I help?
Growth is kind of slowly moving there.
Ready for battle.
I think I'm going to go ahead and improve the one that gives me a little extra food, I think.
Father be praised.
Yeah, let's do that. Because, like I said, those don't cost me anything. And that one, then it gives us extra growth, which could be helpful as well. We probably should go ahead and see if we're capable. Well, we need to do a little more retraining. We need to keep an eye on those Hun armies too, because they can move a long ways in one turn. Before I've seen them move ridiculous lengths in a single turn. I don't know if that's like a buff the AI gets. I do know there's some traits and characteristics they can upgrade to get extra movement ranges too. But I've seen the Huns move some redonkulous amount in a single turn, and look, they're coming in behind me raising stuff and moving my direction, so I'm gonna probably want to get my spy ready to start disrupting the Huns and make sure that I stay close together so that we can potentially fight away a couple of Hunnic hordes, which are no doubt going to be making their way towards us. The West Romans must be using their agents against me. And they've actually, looks like they've left their city to move up towards the Huns, which means that we may have some easy sacking in front of us. Be fine with me, and hopefully they can draw the attention of the Huns whilst I move along. Okay, so yeah, hostile agent failed. Got some guys that are meeting term of office and another matter of state. This Hun army is definitely within striking distance of us. Both of them are, actually. So we should try and screw up one of them. We can ruin provisions, potentially. Moderate effect would be the best outcome. It's about 50-50 here. But a low chance that I would actually be wounded in the attempt, so And we succeeded, actually, at ruining the provisions of this army, killing a few of their troops, and hopefully... I can't see their movement points, but hopefully we diminish their movement points a little. No, it looks like ruined provisions is going to increase their fatigue rate. Not going to be a huge deal for me, but we'll take anything we can get. So this would open up Assassinate. Cunning would make me probably better at ruining provisions, I'm guessing. Corruption, ruin stores at a foreign settlement, exploit corruption, investigate corruption in your own province, misdirect a workforce, and extort. We need to open up assassination, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then, really wondering what the Romans are up to here, and just worried about what the Huns are planning to do as well. Let's see what we got. My lord is one of your tax collectors. I must report that some citizens have been withholding payment. I always talk them down from this one because I myself am so sick of paying taxes. I've had to write a big giant check to the government this year after having already paid taxes all year on everything, from my income to sales tax to my vehicle tag to everything else. And I know someone's gonna be like, well, Heir, the government gives you services. Yeah, well, not enough. And the least they could do is maybe like balance their budget or something if they're going to keep stealing all my money. Then again, I don't want to get too far out in that field, so don't start some political firestorm here. I was just venting for a second. No need to get in some big conversation about it. So let's see. These guys are retraining very slowly, unfortunately. And if I go fight the Romans, it's going to guarantee that I'm going to take a few extra losses, unfortunately. Let's go ahead though and use this stack here to sack this Roman settlement. If we auto-resolve it, we shouldn't take many losses. If we fight on our own, we'd get shot by the towers a whole lot. And we can sack it for a nice profit here. So,
is there nothing else?
So picking up some nice money there.
Ready for orders.
And then we'll just hit the encamp stance and get both of our armies near each other for reinforcement purposes. And then we'll make some nice money on this turn too. So getting a quick sacking on the Aquileia there, and that should definitely pay off, at least to some extent. Some of y'all said there was a big trade route running out of Genua, which isn't that over here? I'm going to have to check that out. See if we can potentially start raiding a trade route. So we got some skills here. Minus construction costs and horde, which isn't bad. Plus 5 food. Okay. Plus extra ammunition. Infantry units. Melee defense isn't bad. And it would be plus 6 if we get to the second tier one. That just gives us extra zeal. And zeal is not a bad thing either. We could get 20% off horde construction costs, which isn't bad either. I think I'm going to do a combination. Let's get that other point of zeal and then get our horde construction costs lowered just a little bit. We'll do... Well, hang on. Let's see. This one's a little different. Personal influence gaining, which not as worried about at the moment. So I might just run down the cunning. We'll get less construction cost there as well. So this army has leveled up. There's no sense in doing the integrity when in our own territory, but this this plus 4 growth would be nice, and we're going to have to unlock this one to get to it. Versus Romans, versus nomadic tribes. I mean, those things could potentially be helpful as well, getting the raised morale. I'm kind of thinking I'd rather have the extra growth for now too, so that I can try and expand my economy quicker. And this one will take away up to 8% upkeep cost, which that would be huge, as well as replenishment. So we'll keep an eye on all of these. Lots of potentially useful upgrades there, especially when you're herding for money in an early game as a nomadic or a migratory tribe, basically. Go away, Huns! Don't come my way. It looks like they're just moving in more and more hordes. So we're going to have to continue to try and disrupt the Huns and move deeper into Roman territory. hopefully people will get in between us and the Huns in the meantime. So I'll try moving on further down into Italy. Okay, so we got plus 2,500 for that protege thing. That was worth it. Definitely worth it.
Yes.
I don't see where that other horde for the Huns took off to, but let's screw with this army again. Our chances are even higher now, I guess, because this guy ranked up and we were successful. So again, causing just a little damage and increasing the fatigue rate. So just being annoying there more than anything, and that's worthwhile in my eyes. Very much worthwhile. This requires a lot more food consumption. We certainly don't have that. Unlocks Germanic pikes. Not interested anyway. And then here we're about to finish a storage wagons and get a little more food and growth. That would certainly be handy. Here we just need to wait on a little more growth. Let's see if we can make it down and potentially sack Verona. So let's go ahead and... No, we can't make it anywhere close to Verona apparently because the reinforcement range of this town is in our way. This is something that... I need to put this on the forum. This is really irritating. I can't move through here because of the reinforcement range of this city, even though the city has no substantial force to stop me. So I think one of a few things should happen. The best way to solve this, and I don't know how this happened because it didn't seem to be this way on Rome 2. Maybe it was. But I should be able to move through here. Who's going to stop me? The pitifully ruined, sacked survivors of the settlement here at Aquileia. So I mean, like if you look, their town is trashed, and I mean, they don't have anything to defend themselves with. I just sacked them. Yet their realm of influence keeps me from being able to move here. The best way to fix this is to do it like Empire Total War. If you move through another army or city's realm of influence, they have the opportunity to intercept you, and you could even make it like kind of like an ambush battle, or give you some penalties to make it look like you were in a march and they caught you mid-march. This is not good, and it's not helping anything. So I think what I'm going to do, just to get this settlement out of my way, because I don't feel like doing anything else, is I'm just going to auto-resolve another easy victory here. And how did they get their forces back after I just sacked them on the last turn, and they have pretty much all their forces back? That seems kind of redonkulous. I'm going to sack them for the little bit of money again, and then I'm going to use this army. None. And we're just going to raise it. I don't like doing this because the AI is doing all this kind of stuff too, and it's ruining settlements everywhere, but I just need these guys out of my way. I need to be able to move on, and they were in my way. It's a pretty simple way of saying it. I can't move anymore with this army, so I'm going to have to... Well, yeah, I'm going to have to move on, I think. I don't want to leave both my stacks here and potentially get caught by the Huns either. Let's go ahead and hit Verona real quick and just...
Besieging settlement.
We can auto-resolve a sacking here as well. Just do a balanced stance. And go ahead and sack Verona. And get some more money out of that too. So at least we have a little bit of money coming through all this. I can't go into an encampment on this turn in, but we'll be alright. And that kind of clears our path a little further on down here into Roman lands. We're going to have the same problem at Verona though. I may have to raise it. I mean, it's going to be the same thing everywhere. Ravenna is going to be in the way, so pretty irritating as far as trying to work our way through here. Maybe I need to see what happens, like if you sack a settlement, if you can go ahead and move past it on that turn or not. That's certainly something that needs to be addressed very badly, in my opinion. It's not game breaking, but it's definitely game hurting. So yeah, the Huns are definitely chasing me. So we're going to have to keep screwing with their armies and hope that it slows them down. It may not hurt. I wonder if they would follow me out to sea. Yeah, here comes the Romans. They're going to try and get me here as well. I'm going to just retreat. They may still be able to reach me. No. They're just going to send agents after me. I don't think they can actually reach me with an army. So now we're caught between the Huns and the Romans again. So I think that our only logical choice is to try and put to sea and sail to safety. I don't know if we can make it, but we'll try. I don't know if the AI follows you over sea, but we're just not making enough money to really get into that kind of fight with these factions. The Huns are going to be very hard for us to slow down. And if the Romans come in and damage us and then the Huns come in behind them and finish us, it can be very bad. Are the Huns down here? Yep. So see, the Huns are just waiting to pounce on me. If the Romans had attacked me there and I would have won, the Huns would have just come in and finished me off. It's almost like they're working in concert here.
Messing with the enemy.
We're having a lot of success messing with these enemies, though, to be quite frank, it's not doing a whole lot. I'm going to put to sea.
Ready for orders. Our voyage is done.
And see if we can run off, basically. We're not going to be able to retrain for the time being, but maybe we can just get the Huns off of our trail for a minute. It's going to be our only potential chance to get away here. So this general's already got more skills. Let's see. So authority reduces fatigue rate is pretty cool. Definitely could be handy. This one gives me extra integrity for a commanded force. Could also be quite handy, especially considering I need to build buildings that are going to hurt integrity. So I think I will take that, actually. Okay, and I don't think there's anything we can do, obviously, because we just put to sea and we're going to have to run. It's funny, I had a comment on one of my videos the other day, like, I'm sick of seeing you running. Would you prefer that I stay here and face certain doom? I don't know what it is they want me to do. Okay, that got the Huns away from me for a second, and they went off and chased some other poor soul, and it maybe potentially even sacked Savaria again. So that was definitely the right move. And that's got the Romans off of our case for a turn as well. So let's sail a little ways away and see if we can lose these guys for a little while. So we'll spend a few turns sailing. Some of you mentioned that going all the way down to Carthage might be an idea, and I'm starting to think that that may be a good idea. Just to get away from it all. Oh, well, now we're consuming more food, which means that we're going to suffer.
Your orders?
We're going to have to come back ashore in order to quit
Father be praised. How can I
losing
help?
food due to this famine that's happening. That's
Disembarking
going to
now.
use all our movement points to come ashore. And the Huns may very well just come after me again, too. So great. I've got the problem of
For the tribe.
heading to sea and facing that kind of famine, or coming ashore and facing certain doom from these armies. This is kind of a mixed problem here. Certainly would help if the other factions didn't chase you across the globe like a heat-seeking missile. Now, I can understand the West Romans being after me right now because I'm in their land. I don't really see why the Huns are so intent on chasing me. But let's just see what happens on this turn in. Maybe we can stay on land and stay safe for a little while. Looks like the Huns continuing to move north, so they're chasing someone else at the moment. So apparently the AI is very single-minded. They've got themselves a new target, so I say that we stay on land and we move to the south and see if we can buy us some time. Romans are going to try and single me out here with these two armies. One of them's coming from the sea, and they're going to be suffering seasickness, so I don't see this going well for them. I could retreat, but let's just fight it. And with the Huns moving north, this will give me a few turns to camp and try and regain some men. And if I have to, I could always try and escape again. Yeah, I think this will be a fairly easy win. My Gothic warband ought to have an easy time with their infantry, so just as long as I can keep their cavalry from doing any real damage, and I should be able to with my skirmishers. And their guys coming in from the sea are going to be quite sickened due to the sea. Now look at this. Here's another interesting glitch. Haven't seen this in a while, but I saw it pre-launch. There's some glitches sometimes where the deployment boundaries get weird like that. So a few other things that definitely need to be fixed in this game. It's very good in terms of campaign, but When I say very good, I don't mean perfect, and hopefully the patches will address stuff like this. Let's get our swords in the second line. Let's get our archers up front. They can help be protected by the javelins from my spearmen. And then I'm going to put these javelin men, these brigands, out here on their own, and I'll support them with a cav unit, because they can actually damage units pretty bad. Start the battle. I'm going to put my guys on flaming shot here.
We shall not give them anything. Our people expect enemy reinforcements have arrived.
I want to go try and goad the Romans into an engagement well before their guys get off the ships. I should have the range with these. Well, these are just Germanic bows, not Germanic archers.
The enemy approaches.
But I still have good range. The enemy hurlers are going to be okay-ish. I don't know why they need to also add the range to the unit card. That's a good call out by Maximus. That needs to be changed. He did show that there's a mod where you can do it. I guess I'm just too lazy to go put it on. I'm really waiting for the Steam Workshop to make mods available. I'm not sure why it hasn't popped up already, but I'm looking for that to come up so people can start making mods like reduces AI chasing you all over the map, or you know, just little stuff like that, like they did with the Rome 2 campaigns that made the campaigns that much better, in my opinion. Well, the ships really look nice on this game. I don't know how well the naval combat functions, but they look nice. The sails and stuff do, at least. Like, I don't know anything about ship models or anything from this era, so again, I'm not saying it's like accurate or anything else. I'm just saying aesthetically it looks a little pleasing. Romans have taken this odd position, like not quite on the top of this hill. And they are going to go ahead and wait for all of their forces to arrive and reinforce, so I'm going to move up and try and get within skirmish range. We should be able to hit the hurlers 3-1. And we might potentially be able to lure some shots out of the enemy with our cav. Let's try that. Move up a little more here. I'm going to move just inside the enemy arc of fire. See if we can lure those hurlers forward. Okay, I'm in the hurler range. But then they move. Let's see if we can do the same again. Just gonna kind of skirt the edge of the hurler's range. The hurlers are now moving quite a bit. Push up a little more. Okay, enemy calves moving up a little too. This is good. That's what we want. There we go. We're gonna get a nice flaming volley off there. Okay, my spears. Halt, halt, halt. 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 There we go. So we're going to be able to kill these cavalry quite nicely with javelins and stuff, and then the Romans are going to go ahead and approach me. Those levies amaturae are going to actually do pretty well from that position. Let's focus all our fire on them first.
Refuses to admit defeat.
Okay, got some enemy spears inbound, so I'm going to bring some Gothic warband up to face them instead. We hit the levies amaturae pretty hard. We need to get rid of this skirmisher cab over here. Okay, my Gothic warband should rip apart those spearmen. Okay, just keeping those cavalry back. Those cavalry are going to be all over the top of me. Move back, guys, move back. No, 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 don't throw into that. I don't want to kill my own guys. Stop it. Okay, let's just pull these guys back because the Romans are falling back. They're skirmishers. We're going to need more Gothic warband. And let's use these guys to finish off those annoying skirmisher cav.
men are broken and running for their lives.
Alright, we're going to attack those scout equites with my spears and then get my Gothic warband into those cohorts. And then the enemy cav just ate it. I am worried about how much damage those levies amaturae are going to do to my infantry. Don't like either one of them being there right now. See if I can get a quick shot on these scout equites with my brigands. Finish them off. Actually, let's get in right there. Yeah, the stupid levies amaturae are getting some nice shots. My brigands are going to finish off the scout equites. So they're done, which now means my cavalry can roam at will. Let's get up behind some of their guys, let my archers continue to do some shooting. So we've knocked out the cohorts. Alright. So we're taking a few casualties, but doing okay-ish. Just gonna get around behind these guys. Freaking levies amaturae are firing at me again, so I need to just go ahead and straight up charge them so they can't get another javelin volley off. And then now we can use my archers to finish off their hurlers. And then I've got a lot of javelins left with my own, and we'll save them. Enemy general's still over there, but my Gothic warband should be able to make short work of him if he comes down this way. And massed flaming archer fire here is going to basically get the hurlers off the field. See if we can shatter them with another big volley. Nope, they actually came back from routing while being shot in the back. The enemy general is going to be content to hill camp, so let's just go destroy their inbound forces. That'll get him to turn some attention to us. And let's go ahead and save a little bit of ammo. These last few hurlers probably won't cause a whole lot of damage to me.
Enemy units have been rallied.
I'd like to chase off those enemy skirmishers with my cav and then focus my javelins on the enemy mercenary Nordic brigade and cohorts and Palatina guards. It's actually quite a bit of swords left still. So I actually definitely need to use my javelins on the enemy swords. Those stupid hurlers just won't get off the field. And they're getting kills on my Gothic warband. I don't know how many times those guys are going to rout and come back from routing. So this is going to be an interesting challenge here. I think I'm going to use my spearmen to push back the enemy levies amaturae, and then try and get my javelins to get some throws on the enemy infantry. Okay, my archers can stop firing. We might need their flaming ammo for helping to rout enemy units. Let's get all of our sword units in a line here. Some of my Gothic warband are a little weak. We also have cavalry for potential rear charges, and I think we're going to have what we need to get this fight finished.
Warriors, move out!
Okay. Yeah, this mercenary onager that came in over here as well. That's gonna straight up be a pain, but it's way out of range, so... Okay, like I said, I don't want to waste javelins on the levies amaturae. I'd rather throw them at that enemy general, so I'm gonna use my spearmen just to chase him back while I unload my javelins on the enemy general here. Yeah, that's right. Come back and fight. Alright, we're gonna run back here. Get ready for rear charges. And let's, we need one of my good Gothic warbands. If this general wants to chase my archers, I'm gonna let him do it. Okay. Let's see if we can get my Gothic warband in here and murder these Kamita Tensei spears. Just kind of split up with my javelins. Kind kind of led those guys on a goose chase. I don't want to do an uphill engagement either. Okay. Should be able to get into those guys now. Okay, let's do a charge. Let's see, my cavalry should be able to get into these guys. Run away.
Our men have given up and are running for their lives.
Okay, let's now countercharge these guys, see if we can get some skirmishers in behind them. The enemy general is not doing so hot. I'm going to attack him in the rear with my archers just to try and get the penalty. And let's see if we can get some of my skirmishers in behind the enemy troops. I want to try and wheel my brigands all the way around and hit this. This Nordic brigade is a terrible unit. So let's actually go focus over here. The enemy general's not doing very well against my Gothic warband, but still a tanky unit, so I want that attack to the rear penalty. I'm going to start throwing here. We're actually losing this pretty decisively against the Roman troops because their higher health is really helping them hold out. And it's not good. It's not what I need. The reason those Nordic brigade aren't dying quickly is because it's my general and he doesn't really have any attack stats to speak of.
Men are broken and running for their lives.
But we'll get a lot of damage by throwing into the back of these enemy units.
Their general has been... A unit's ammunition is spent and he can no longer fire.
Okay, so we've unloaded all our ammo. The enemy general unit over here managed to rout my archers even though they were rear charged and facing Gothic warband up front. Okay, let's continue the attack here. These regrouped units, we can get into the back of these guys. And we're just going to skirmish these guys away until my Gothic warband can hit them from behind. My Gothic warband's exhausted though, they need to rest. We're going to surround these cohorts here. And they're going to start wavering. Let's see if our general has... Yep, he has war cry. Let's hit him. See if we can get these guys to rout. We did. So we got that cohorts off the field. And then we can let this Gothic warband rest. And we should be able to smash this last remaining Palatina guard. These javelins clutched out a lot of really important kills for me at the right moment. And then my archers did a good job getting rid of enemy skirmishers that would have otherwise given me a pretty rough time. Okay, my Gothic warband is fresh, and then I got my general as well, and my cav. So we're gonna surround this Palatina unit. More losses than I would like to have taken, but we'll be all right. We'll make it out of here. I don't want to charge into this Palatina really. I want to lure them back to my Gothic warband and then rear charge them. But the Palatina's locked onto my cavalry, like just absolutely locked on. See, they're just following my cavalry around the battlefield. Completely oblivious to the fact they're being charged by a much higher threat infantry unit. My general's got the steady ability, huh? Okay, we got a really nice charge on that Palatina guards. We just need to move in and help finish them off. I don't think they'll get a large number of kills versus my guys. Let's get in behind them. Get in a fairly dense formation so our charge lands home. And then we should be able to knock out this Roman Palatina guard. There we go. They are wavering. So let's make sure that the enemy general gets killed here. And their onager over here, I was kind of hoping it would just rout by numbers. It may, because I don't want to approach it because it's going to start firing at me. Even with my cavalry and other stuff, I don't want it to fire at me. Let's get all these guys go into loose formation and or actually let's go into spaghetti line. And just kind of spread out here and see if we can draw the onager fire in case I have to bring my cav in.
A unit is running from the enemy.
The spearmen can't decide whether it's wavering or not. So, two Romans' armies dead. Definitely a good result for me. Stupid onager. Yeah, it's going to start shooting at me if I get close to it with any unit. It's going to take me forever to get over there, and I really don't want it to land a couple of hits and rout my Germanic warband cav. So this is just going to be a bit of a frustration. I'm going to put on fast forward because there's no need to go regular speed here.
Our men are breaking off.
Stupid spearmen. Winning the fight and then routing, that makes a lot of sense. Like, hey, we're on break, man. I think we are about to get fired at there by the... Seems like the AI always locks onto your cav. That's what it looks like it was trying to do. Okay, my cav, though, is well out of range. Start coming back in. I'm all split up with these guys so that the damage that they do would be pretty minimized. And then I'll bring my cav in now that there they go. They're out. And we're not going to be able to catch them before they hit the red line, so... Victory against the Romans at this point. Gothic Warband is just way more than what the Romans can really handle, but I've only got so many numbers of them. I can't support any more Gothic Warband at the moment. If I could, that'd be great. We could poop all over most of our enemies, but that's just not the case. I'm going to have to take on some enemy Romans here to help fill my ranks faster, because I could potentially have Huns all over me in another turn or so also. I don't know why that army got away either. I guess their onager was the only thing that made it there. But at least we pushed the West Romans back. That's all I have time for the rest of this episode. We'll just make sure that I don't get attacked by anybody else before I save it. And then I will, of course, be bringing you all more as soon as I can. The Romans have a lot more troops than you're able to have as the Romans when you're them. And I'm hoping that one heads north of Mediolanum there to try and go fight the Huns. Potentially get beat down in the process. I ought to see if I can make peace with the Huns or the West Romans. That way I can move through West Roman land doing more raiding, or if I make peace with the Romans, see if I can basically withholding. Oh, what was the withholding taxes thing? Ha! They agreed to pay peacefully. Sweet, got some influence. See, worked out. Let's go into an encampment mode here, and let's get these guys back over where we can support each other and also get encamped and see if we can regain some strength over the next couple of turns. We certainly need it. I might have enough money to go ahead and recruit Unit 2, and that might help speed up the replenishment rates. Let's see. I lost a spearman, so let's see what the cheapest upkeep. These Germanic band have very cheap upkeep for infantry, though they are regrettably pretty crappy. Of course, the spearmen are none too great either. So we'll go with the Germanic band now just to bolster some numbers, and I'll just recruit one in each army to see if that'll boost up my... Well, I don't have to even do it in the other army. Anyway, HeirofCarthage signing off for now.